Good morning and welcome to lovely Chiang Mai, Thailand. I'm sitting out on the balcony this morning because it's gorgeous and there's no bathing beauties around the pool yet, but I promise if any come out, I'll turn the camera on. Today I want to talk to you about cornering. Now, I was raised in a very coastal area. We thought an anthill was a mountain. We thought getting on the freeway was a frightening curve, and although I've ridden since 1963, it wasn't really until I got to Chiang Mai, Thailand, where there are no straightaways, believe me, that I really started to work on my cornering and consider all the stuff. Now, you can go find a different opinion almost in every little square you can click on the internet, and it can be frustrating. But today, we're not going to try to make this complicated. We're not going to give us a big scientific explanation. I'm not going to teach you any words with 24 letters. I don't know anything to teach you. But what this will be is we're going to look at this cornering stuff as magic. No big words, it's magic. I'll tell you how the magic works. Now, the first thing about this magic is it only works if you're looking. If you look away, it stops working. As a matter of fact, if you look away, that's where you're going. Where your motorcycle reacts to where you are looking. And the main trick to going around curves, or one of the main tricks, is look where you're going. If you look at what you're trying to miss, you won't miss it. That's where you're going. So always keep your head going where you want your motorcycle and yourself to go. It will save you every time. Now, it's a little bit tricky, but there's two kinds of magic. That's right. We can handle two. We don't want to go to 8 or 16, but there's a speed on your motorcycle where the magic flips over and becomes opposite. How can that be? Okay. I can't tell you exactly what speed this happens of your motorcycle because the height of the tires, the height of the seat. A bunch of things enter into this, and I don't know what you're riding. I can tell you that my seat is around 31 inches, and the magic reverses for me around 22 or 3 kilometers per hour. So let me tell you what I'm talking about, and you'll see which kind of magic applies, getting the feel from your own ride. So here we go. Below the magic cutoff speed, you will steer like you do, let's say, a car or a tricycle. You will turn the forks in the direction you want to go, but you will lean to the outside of your turn. Go left, or I'm talking my left. Go left, lean right. Now this works great, and look where you're going. This works well up to the speed where your bike has sort of got its equilibrium. You're moving well enough to where it starts to feel good. Then things change. After you get to that speed, you're going to want to lean into the curve, and instead of turning the forks, you want to press down. Don't hold your forks tightly. Just press down and lean. It'll go where you're looking. Just trust it. And if you find yourself worried about whether you're going to make a curve, if you slow down and get off the throttle or put on the brakes, it's going to stand you up. You absolutely will not make the curve. If you are ready to bail, try to get the bike back upright if you're already leaning, and get it going as slow as you can with it up tight. Don't hit the brakes or accelerate. When you're leaning, it'll throw you down. That's another little part of the magic. This thing here, your throttle control hand, how smooth it is and how good you are with your roll on as you come out of a curve will determine how much you can lean. That's right. Your throttle control is maybe the single most important thing once you get into serious cornering techniques. So, at the end, I'm going to move a little, at the end of your curve that we just made, and going above the magic speed, we push down on the steering column. We didn't push or pull it. Now you notice when I do that, my arm bends. So there's a little bit of geometry that comes into play here. But we're not using words like that. This is just more magic, I promise. But as you lean, this bends. Put your weight slightly to the left of the carriage of the machine and look where you're going. That's the trick. Now, at some point, you may wish to step up to the next more advanced technique. That technique involves getting somewhat off of the bike as you approach your corner. How much? Well, most people say one cheek is enough. I'm going to try to get a Thai girl I know to come over here and show you the position because I'm sure her equipment is more interesting than mine. But I'm going to talk you through it, then we'll go out to the motorcycle. In an aggressive cornering technique, you drop one cheek off the side of the motorcycle. You're going to spread this leg out. Keep your foot up on the peg, it'll kind of make a triangle. And you can do the same leaning you do, but here's what happens when you get off the bike. You've lowered the center of gravity, right? So the bike doesn't have to lean as much to go through the same curve. It's that magic again. You don't have to explain it, but if you do these things, it'll keep you upright a whole lot longer. Good luck with everybody learning to do this. And once again, before I close, this hand thing, the roll on gently and the roll off, that's really important. When you go into a curve, as you slow down, your weight is moving to your front wheel. That's not good. You need to do things that kind of keep the weight distributed 50-50 if you want to get the most out of your tires and keep that road rash away. So, sorry, there's one thing I left out of my list of notes. Another thing is when you lean over on the advanced position, use the leg on the opposite side. Put that right up against the gas tank as tight as you can, because the more that leg holds your bike steady, the less chance it has of getting away from you. And if you do hit a bump, it's got less chance of affecting the bike and breaking you loose. So, I hope you can remember all this magic. I'll try to get Mickey over in the next day or so we can finish this video. Thanks for watching. This is TD Bob. We've got some, what was it like to tour with various artists that I've toured with, including Prince, Motley Crue, AC/DC, Metallica, Chicago, and so forth. I also got a series of some of the unknown areas of Thailand where instead of being dodging tourists, great passenger vans and a whole lot of traffic going to Mai or Mai Nong Kwan, these roads are just as good, but nobody's told the tourists about them. And remember, Thailand is bigger than California and South Carolina put together. Thailand is a lot bigger than most people think. And I've got an area just west of me behind Mount Doisuta that is bigger than South Carolina in this wilderness with freshly paved roads and incredible views and caves and waterfalls and all. So get your chops together on your curves, come see us. We'd be happy to ride with you. It's TD Bob saying thanks for watching. Have a great one. Bye-bye. Hello, TD Bob again. Here's a few things we didn't cover yesterday. I'm sitting out by the pool today. So my first job as a child was as a lifeguard, and now it seems like I'm back in the chair again. I wanted to say another thing or two about the balance between the front and rear tires. When you slow down, when you enter a curve, more pressure goes to the front. This is especially true when you're going downhill. Now the way you deal with this is, you don't want all your pressure to go up on the front wheel, because that's going to mean the back one can get slippery and slide out from under you. You want to keep the amount of weight balanced between them, and your right hand is the key to doing that. As you approach a curve, you slow down to the speed you want to enter the curve at. From that point until you're finished completely, you're going to roll power on. That's going to keep the weight going to the back instead of to the front, and going to keep you upright and through the curve instead of possibly picking grass or something out from between your teeth. You really want to try to get this balance thing right. Now there's other stuff like tires and the suspension that certainly deserve attention. And of course you're going to get performance out of performance tires that you're not going to get out of street tires or the stuff that comes on your vehicle when it's new. But your suspension is a 10 for you because they didn't know you were going to buy the motorcycle. So it's a good idea if you have access to somebody that races motorcycles or a shop that deals with a racing team, get them to set up your suspension for you and get your front forks behaving and your back shock set right for the weight. That way you get bike leveled out to behave like you want it to. Also, if you got the tires that came on your bike, you probably got something less aggressive than some of the curve guys, like stuff like Q3s or Rossies are favored in those circles because they have two kinds of rubber, hard rubber in the middle and soft rubber on the edges, so you get good mileage and good sticky sidewall traction when you go over for a turn. Excuse me. The rubber situation can be twice as expensive if you get into the better rubber. But for instance, if you're getting ready to go from Miami to Anchorage, Alaska, you don't need cornering tires, you need touring tires, maybe sports touring, because there's a lot of gravel between here, between Vancouver and Alaska. There's a whole heap of gravel roads that will cut your tires pretty quick. At any rate, I also want you to experiment a little bit with your air pressure in your tires. Now, where should you start? Well, how about at the place your manufacturer suggested you start? It'll be down on the left side on your frame, very close to your chain, and it'll give you cold pressures. Now, my particular motorcycle recommends 36 cold front and 42 cold rear. I found that the 42 cold rear, after it warms up, whatever that amount it warms up, it's made it so hard that it's trying to slip on you. I'm not getting as good of traction out of it as I wanted, so I started backing the pressure down, and I got to 36 cold, and it was behaving a lot more like I wanted to. So you're going to have to play with this a little bit to find exactly where your best pressure is for your motorcycle. And I can't tell you because I don't know what you're riding. So you're gonna have to do your own homework on that one. All we got left to do now is to sit on the motorcycle thing to show you exactly what I mean about the position on the motorcycle. I thought we were gonna have a friend come over and show you because she's a lot prettier than I am. But she's down in South Thailand doing the island hopping thing with her boyfriend, so I'll have to wait until another time to introduce you. Thanks a lot, TD Bob. I'll see you down at the motorcycle. Okay, we finally gotten down to the garage area to do the visual stimulations of positions here, just to get you situated. The rumbling noise is a building compressor above my head. I can't do anything about it. The towels you see here are because the sun's shining in and reflecting back at the camera. And this is here because although I'm not going to dress up in a Power Rangers costume to come down here and climb on and hang off and then go back up to the computer, I will say this: of all the safety items, wearing something that makes you more visible is a winner. If you want to dress like Zorro, it makes you hard to see. Do yourself a favor, no matter whether you drive crazy or not, wear something that makes you more visible. This is good practice. Now, I'm sitting here, the first thing I'm going to show you is a basic standard curve. We're going to be working to the left because the nice man that was parked here moved, and now if I tip the motorcycle over, I won't fall on another one. Kindness. Okay. I think I should have tried out with the Rockettes. Now, one thing to notice here, my feet are not crammed up on the edge of the motorcycle. They're sitting out on the peg just a little bit. So if I want to turn, my leg is free. I'm counterbalancing to that side. I'm not fighting to turn off the side and only turning with less leg. Okay. Now, if I want to turn this here direction, I'll push down here. Look where I want to go. Don't look where you want to go. You won't go where you want to go. Now the second stage of this is, if you were in a tighter turn and you want to be more aggressive, you can half of your foot off and lean closer to the tank. And through all of this, remember, your roll on is what gets you through and out of life faster. If you ignore this, you'll never really succeed at being hot through the curve. Alright. Now, the only other thing is, since you've got those two, U-turns are real hard for a lot of people. If you look at those videos of California cops, they do serious dips of turning and leaning the opposite way. Now, that's an effective means at low speed to get turned around quick. Some people say dragging your brake and running half clutch when you do a U-turn helps. I don't do that, but I'm submitting it for you to consider. Alrighty. There's only one thing left to get straight. I want you to know that this is not a fashion statement. This is a whole. You can trust me. TD Bob saying thank you. I hope in some ways this has helped. You put your turn approach in perspective and get you up a notch or two. There's also tons of good video made by people who make a living teaching how to do this, and even some of the big time racers come and work on throttle control after they've perfected just about everything else there is to racing techniques and cornering techniques. So don't be afraid to try new stuff. Don't do it in a dumb place, and best of luck to you. This is TD Bob signing off.